Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. My name is Dr. Nitin Chora, and welcome to our channel. The Ignition Time channel brings you the latest news with an unbiased perspective to help you understand what's going on in the country, what's going on in the economy, and by extension, how this impacts your life and your money. Welcome to our channel, everyone. Let's start by taking a look at how the House Republicans are squeezing the Democrats, specifically House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, over the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the $1 trillion infrastructure plan. Here's a headline of an article on your screen from Bloomberg. The House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy, the Republican from California, is acting to stop Republicans from supporting a crucial component of the bipartisan infrastructure bill. In fact, there's an increased chance that there could be a delay on the vote of the $550 billion measure. So what exactly is happening? House Republican leaders are urging Republican lawmakers to vote against the $550 billion bipartisan infrastructure bill. And by the way, this bipartisan infrastructure bill already passed the Senate. But what the Republican senators are doing is trying to pressure Republican lawmakers in the House so that it does not pass the House. And so this increases the chances that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will have to postpone a Monday vote on the bill because there's a lot of opposition, not only from the Republicans, but by other Democrats. I want our viewers and subscribers to know that as far as the Republicans are concerned, they see this as a golden opportunity to stall the Democrats' agenda, to prevent House Speaker Pelosi from passing the bipartisan infrastructure bill in addition to the $3.5 trillion reconciliation plan. So let's get back to the bipartisan infrastructure bill. What is in it? Well, folks, the bipartisan infrastructure bill focuses on roads, bridges, railways, the electric grid, and other public works. And this was actually negotiated by a bipartisan group in the Senate, and it had support from Republicans. Now, top House Republicans started urging their members to vote against it because the Democrats are planning to pass a $3.5 trillion tax and spending measure. Here's a very important note from the number 2 House Republican, Steve Scalise from Louisiana. He wrote this: now that the multi-trillion-dollar reconciliation bill will not be ready for the floor in time for the self-imposed deadline of September 27 due to disarray within her own caucus, meaning the Democratic Party, Democrats are moving forward with the Senate infrastructure bill, which has become the gateway to the passage of the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. So, folks, I want you to understand what is happening. The original intent from the Democrats was to pass both at one time. Now that some Senate Democrats, like the conservative Democrat from West Virginia, Joe Manchin, are saying, hey, we don't support this. And there are a few House Democrats saying that as well. This is creating a big headache for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's still trying to get the bipartisan infrastructure bill passed along with the $3.5 trillion reconciliation plan. And so what the Republicans are saying is, nope, we're going to actually try and block both. We're going to try and stall everything so you get nothing. Folks, this is absolutely horrible because the country needs infrastructure. I am still hopeful, despite the gridlock, despite the nonsense from our politicians, that there'll be some sense of compromise and cooler heads will prevail, because we do need the infrastructure bill passed. We do need more stimulus checks for those who need help the most. And we do need an extension of unemployment benefits specifically for industries like travel, leisure, entertainment, and hospitality. Not only because those individuals have lost their jobs, but entire industries have changed forever. In fact, millions of our fellow Americans have decided to quit their old jobs and reconsider their careers and their futures. Many of our fellow Americans are deciding to switch careers, learn new skills, maybe even start new businesses. And this is leading to a complete shift, a permanent shift in the American economy and in the future of the American workforce. So what is the bottom line here? The bottom line here is that progressives in the House, who, by the way, are led by Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, have actually threatened to vote against the infrastructure bill if the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill does not pass the House and the Senate. This has resulted in a gridlock, in a logjam, if you will, between Democrats, because on the one hand, you have liberals like Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez from New York. And on the other hand, you have conservative Democrats like Joe Manchin from West Virginia and Senator Kristen Sinema from Arizona. So this is leading to gridlock, if you will, between the Democrats. And there is no chance, I believe there is no chance that the Senate will be able to pass this bill before Monday. I'm talking about the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill, which, by the way, is a date that House Speaker Pelosi promised moderate Democrats she would bring the infrastructure legislation up for a final vote. So in the end, folks, what are the Republicans doing? The Republican operation will likely eliminate the chance that there will be enough moderate Republican votes to make up for progressive Democrat defections and pass the bill. In short, the progressive Democrats who are like, nah, we're not going to vote for the $1 trillion bill unless we have the $3.5 trillion bill. Now, if they decide not to vote, then some Republicans do need to vote for it to pass. And guess what? What the Republicans are doing, what the Republican leadership is doing, is trying to make sure it doesn't happen. Folks, at the highest level, this is a political act of sabotage by the Republicans, which could, I say could, sabotage not only the $3.5 trillion reconciliation plan, but also the $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure plan, which I'd like to remind our viewers and subscribers has already passed the Senate. So this is a big problem, a big challenge for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. In fact, let's take a look at this quick quote from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi when she was asked to respond to Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal's concerns about the $3.5 trillion reconciliation plan. Let's take a look at this video segment of House Speaker Pelosi basically saying we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Let's roll the tape and watch.
We're going to get our work done on our reconciliation bill, as we have always said.
By
because,
Monday?
Yeah, but that's the plan. That's the plan.
But Pramila Jayapal said she will vote against this with half of her caucus if it's not passed Congress by then. If reconciliation not passed Congress by then.
You know what? We'll all cross these bridges when we come to them. This is called the legislative process.
And in the meantime, Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal has clearly said that more than half of her roughly 95-member progressive Democrats are prepared to vote no on the $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill in the Senate. Let's roll the tape and hear from Congressman Pramila Jayapal, and you can understand why this is creating a major headache for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Let's roll the tape and hear from Congressman Pramila Jayapal. Let's watch.
How many members are there of the House Democratic Progressive Caucus?
There are 96 members, and over half are absolutely committed to making sure we deliver both bills at the same time.
So 48 Democrats will vote against the House infrastructure bill if it does not come with the budget reconciliation package. Is that right?
More than half of our members will vote for both bills. And this was the deal, Jake, that came out of the Senate when progressive senators passed the bipartisan bill in the Senate. It was on the specific understanding and commitment that both bills would move together. And so now we want to make sure that both bills are moving together, and we're going to hold to that commitment. And so, yes, more than half our members will not move the bipartisan bill without the reconciliation bill being passed.
That's it, everyone. This is gridlock for the Democrats and an operation by the Republicans to sabotage not one but both bills. In other words, this will be a big setback for the entire Biden agenda and a major setback heading into the midterm elections in 2022 for the Biden administration. We'll know what's about to happen in the next couple of weeks, and you can depend on me to give you the accurate news, the latest news, the truth, wherever the truth might lead us. Thank you so much for watching. Please click the like button. Please click subscribe. Please enable notifications. My name is Dr. Nitin Choda with Ignition Time. This right here is a little bit of information about me. You'll learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Also follow me on Twitter. This right here is my Twitter feed. Our Twitter handle is ignition_time. That's ignition_time. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.